Well, good morning. Welcome again to another edition of Pray on This. This one here, I'm just going to freelance it. No script, no real written thoughts, just a few things I've noticed. Well, I'm getting ready today to watch Katie Telfer testify at committee in Ottawa. I can't help but notice the Twitter being alive with how great Justin Trudeau is when he took on a very young man, looked to be 19 or 20 years old at the University of Manitoba, a PPC supporter, and just this is what leadership is. Yeah, that's what leadership is, taking on a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid who really doesn't know how to debate yet. It's kind of young. And, if you really watch it, I don't know what the Liberals are really seeing here. I mean, Justin actually was bullying that kid. He was dominating the conversation. He kept interjecting and he kept taking the conversation in directions that someone like myself, well, I would be prepared for a Justin Trudeau because I've studied the man and I know what he does. But this young kid was not prepared for. He brings up being a Christian and, the thrust and the parry followed by the thrust by Justin is, oh, well, since you're a Christian, don't you care about Muslim Canadians? Or the fact when he says that he's pro-life, Justin immediately goes to what? So you're against a woman's right to choose. When the kid actually starts making headway that, maybe we shouldn't be celebrating if women are promiscuous and they end up getting pregnant, that, oh, the abortion is such a great thing. I mean, the problem in the first place was the morals of the person and of the two people involved in creating the life. Justin immediately goes to, well, what about when a woman's raped? And when the kid tries to sit there and say, well, that doesn't happen very often, Justin goes, well, it happens enough, and it happens every single day, which we all know is a lie. I mean, and people are going on about how great this was, and they don't see it for what it is. Earlier this week, it had appeared that the Chinese election scandal had come down. The boiling pot had been, taken off the heat. What we didn't realize, it was just simmering there on the back of the stove, and somebody turned the heat back up. The somebody was the board of the Trudeau Foundation. And Justin initially, when hit with that, tried to turn it around and blame it all on Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre didn't accept any donations. It was Justin Trudeau's brother who accepted this donation. And, Justin trying to say, hey, I have nothing to do with this foundation. That's kind of saying that, hey, I don't talk with my brother. Really? I don't talk with my brother that much either, but we still touch base on a regular basis. I mean, it's not every day, but it is at least once a week. We talk about what's going on in each other's lives, what's going on with work. I find it hard to believe that Justin had nothing to do with his brother and didn't know about this donation. When it became obvious that that was not going to work, all of a sudden this debate comes out of nowhere, and every Liberal cabinet minister and a whole bunch of media and everything else is online supporting Justin about what a great debater he is. The other thing is Pierre Poilievre put in a letter to David Johnston, the special rapporteur, who is one of the few board members who has not resigned from the Trudeau Foundation, and asked him honestly. The fact is that some of these donations appears to have been filtered through the Trudeau Foundation. How do you investigate the Trudeau Foundation when you're a member of that foundation? It's a legitimate question. But then you've got members of the media going, this is bullshit. It's not going to wash. This just looks petty and schoolyard. No, actually, it doesn't. And the fact of the matter is that with the common person, this is going to work. I really think that what we see going on here is there's a definite disconnect. I don't like using the term the Laurentian elites, but the fact of the matter is that the Laurentian elites and the elite of the Liberal Party, which to most Canadians, they view us as the great unwashed masses, and that they are a different sort of person, a better class, and that they have the right to rule over us. They think that we see Pierre Poilievre the way they see him. They think that at any moment we're all going to wake up and realize that, oh, this guy, with the way he talks just like you, he just doesn't have the pedigree to be a leader, and that we have to support Justin Trudeau because he was just born better. He has better breeding, shall we say, to be the prime minister. I don't think that these people who get stuck in their own little hyperbole, and believe me, when I'm part of it, I get stuck in it myself. They just don't see the forest for the trees. They don't understand that we, the normal common person, actually looks at this and says, hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm not questioning your integrity. I'm not questioning your ability, but I am questioning how can you objectively, without any bias whatsoever, investigate an organization that, one, you're still a member of the board, two, you were a member of that board when these donations came in, so three, you've been complicit all the way along, four, you are a personal family friend of the Trudeau family. How can you investigate a government and this scandal that involves chiefly the child of one of your best friends, your neighbor at the cottage for God knows how long? This isn't a slam against David Johnson. This isn't a slam against the liberal elites who live in their own little bubble. What this really is a slam against the media. Your job is to report the news, not to give commentary on it. You claim to be reporters. I never claim to be a reporter. I tell everybody what my bias is up front. So if you're expecting me to, compliment the liberals, it isn't going to happen. I'll give them credit where credit is due when they have a good policy or when they have a good day, but I will always work against them because I am a conservative. This is a conservative commentary. What most reporters won't tell you is they'll claim, oh, I'm an unbiased, neutral person who's just giving you the news. The fact is, that's not true. Don Martin, for a lot of times, Andrew Coyne, Warren Kinsella, these people are not unbiased. They're very biased. I know that Warren seems to be now denouncing the Liberal Party that he once very much worked for, but you can still see his bias coming out. And I don't pick on him anywhere near as much as I do Coyne or, say, a Don Martin, a Vashi Capel. You people all claim to be independent, and you people all claim to not pick a side. And yet, when your side is basically getting their teeth kicked in, you come out to defend them. And even when you must criticize them, because everybody knows you must criticize them, you do it in such a gentle way. This is in correlation with the last video I just dropped about how people are underestimating their political opponents. And yeah, I guess it's just hubris. We all believe that our side is the right side, and none of us want to admit the other side could be right. But right now, what I'm personally witnessing is that the Liberals just have this incredible belief that they are the only possible party that a reasonable person could vote for to govern. And they look at Pierre Poilievre as the spawn of Satan. And they can't fathom how the rest of us don't. And they can't fathom when, Justin says, hey, we're working for you on your behalf. And people are saying, yeah, but I have no money, or when someone rightly points out, hey, why do 25% of the Canadian population need a handout from you to pay their rent or buy groceries? Or, you just gave another $5 billion to the Ukraine of money that you had to borrow, yet the relief that you're giving the Canadians is only $3 billion, and you had to borrow that as well. Like, maybe we shouldn't be giving away money and spending money that we don't have, and get our financial house in order, and that might make things a little less expensive. But we're not supposed to look at that. We're supposed to just blindly have faith in the ideology that they support. And they can't fathom that we don't support it. So, as I said, there's times to take a look at stuff and sit there and go, hey, they're trying to play us here, because they actually are. That, as always, is Pray on This. I'm your host, John Pray. Have a wonderful weekend. The weather's supposed to be nice, and get out and enjoy it, because on Monday we're going back to the normal April temperatures of low teens for daytime highs and almost freezing overnight. I know I intend to do it. My youngest grandson is coming tomorrow. I'm looking after him while my older one goes to the movies. And I'm taking him over to the park, and I'm going to have a lovely day with him. I hope you have someone to get out and enjoy the day with as well. God bless you all. Have a great day.